Hi guys. So reading again with Miss Acton. Welcome back, guys. So today should be super easy because we're still going to be doing things that have to do with our Don't Eat Your Classmates book with our Penelope Rex story that we've had the past 2 days. So if you've been following along with Miss Acton, have been doing these reading lessons, today's work should be super duper easy for you, okay? So what will you be doing today? I will produce. Oh, that's a big word. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. I will produce answers to questions about a book I am reading. So when I say the word produce, all I mean is make. When I produce a cookie, I'm making a cookie. When I produce a letter to Dr. Natsis, I'm making it. So when I say I will produce answers, it means you're making answers. You're coming up with answers. You're coming up with answers to a certain question about a book you're reading. And the book is the Don't Eat Your Classmates book, right? So those questions that you're going to be producing or making answers for are actually your who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I hope I can get me to move. Miss Acton's clicker. I'm thinking that my computer is just old and I might have to go buy me a new one. Yep, I want you to move so they can see my why. Can y'all hear me clicking? Nothing's happening. All right, I guess I'm stuck there. All right, let's go to the next slide. Sorry. All right, so let's do some word work. Oh my gosh, I'm moving now. Sometimes computers just have the mind of their own, I guess. All right, so let's do some word work with what, who, when, where, why, and how. And let's go to our Jamboard. So it's going to open us up to the slides that we did yesterday, I believe, with how. We're going to skip over those because we already did word work with how. We're going to go to page 3. So this one is finger right. And what I want you to do is I actually want you to pause this video because I don't want to sit here and take everybody's time finger writing all of these words because it does take a long time. But I do want you guys to take time to finger write with them and practice being able to write each one of them. So right now, what I would love for my friends that are watching this to do is I would love for you to pause the video and actually take your finger and on your screen actually trace each word. So you do W, H, O, for who. And to show you how we kind of do that, you would grab, I'm going to grab my finger, pretend this is mine, and finger right, W, H, O, who. And then to make it harder on yourself when you're watching this video, Miss Acton's going to delete some of this stuff. So I'm going to erase some of this stuff that we've got going on. So you don't have this who and this how to help you trace with your fingers. So you just have to use what you know about the word how and who and where to sit there and erase it. And I'm going to get it all done here in a minute. Woohoo! So now you don't have those words that Miss Acton has wrote to guide you. So now you kind of just have to, okay, W, H, O, who. And then you can do it on Miss Acton's screen, but you can also do it on your desk. You could write on your desk that you're at right now. You can write on a piece of paper. You can write on your wall. Oh my gosh, let's do where. W H E R E. I just wrote where on my wall. You can do it on your TV if you want. Just anything that's not a touchscreen, because if you touch a touchscreen, it's going to, do something. So if your computer is not a touchscreen, which Chromebooks I don't think are, you could follow right along on your screen if you wanted to. And then to make it even trickier, Miss Acton is going to delete all these boxes. Now you don't have anything. So now Miss Acton's going to say, write the word who. W H O. Now you don't have those cards to help you, and you don't have the word that I wrote in the red marker to help you either. Write the word when. W H E N. Where. W H E R E. How. H O W Y. W-H-Y. What? W-H-A-T. So again, pause the video whenever I have everything on here in finger right. Then pause the video again whenever I take away all of the writing in the red and just have the cards. And then pause again whenever I take away all of it. And you have to finger write with absolutely no help at all. And practice that a bunch of times. It'll help you. So pause the video whenever you need to, okay? All right, the next one is, if I can erase that. So I left my marks on it whenever I was practicing it. Always reloading every time. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if maybe my computer just doesn't like Jamboard. My friends are waiting. Come on. All right, so we're going to erase this O that we have right here because we don't need it anymore. And so this one, we're going to practice the ending sound because most of our words, I'm going to make me a little smaller. Most of our words start with WH. So our H word you wouldn't be able to do. But the good news is we practiced that yesterday. So that one you all should definitely know. But you can practice your what word. So I'm going to ask my friends to finger write the word who. Who. Let's see if you're right. Did you do a Z or a zero? Did you do an O? Yes, W-H-O. Who. Good job. All right, let's try where. Where. Let's see if you're right. Did you get it right? Good job. W-H-E-R-E, where. Try why. Were you right? Good job. What. What. Were you right? Good job. Last one. When. When. Did you finger write E-N? Good job. W-H-E-N, when. Good job. So now what you could do and follow along with Miss Acton is I'm going to delete our guide up at the top. So now we don't have any help. So now when Miss Acton tells you to write when, you need to listen to those sounds or remember the sounds or the words that you had up here. When. Write the word when. Let's see if you're right. Good job. W-H-E-N, when. Write the word what. What. W-H-A-T. Did you get it right? Good job. And you could keep going. So if you wanted to, you could ask your family, hey, Mom, give me a word. It has to be either who, what, when, where, why, or how. And see if I can spell it for you. And you can put that W-H there for you to help guide you. And then all you have to do is come up with that ending sound, okay? So again, you can pause the video and do something at home to help you be able to do this, and then play the video again and work along with Miss Acton. So this last one, I didn't mean to redo. I didn't do the redo the sort. Let's get these guys out of here. Close your eyes. Don't pay attention. You don't know where this stuff goes. I'm going to mix them around again. All right, so this is a T-chart, and what we're going to do is sort these words, what, why, how, where, when, and who, into either the W, as in window sound box, or the H as in horse over here. So there's going to be words on the H side and words on the W side, depending on how you read the words with the beginning sound, okay? So for example, when I say what, am I hearing a W beginning sound or a beginning sound? What? Good. Yes, you're hearing a W as in window sound at the beginning of what. When I say the word who, are you hearing a W sound or a sound? Who. Good. And the reason why this sort is so awesome is because look at the beginning sound of this word and the beginning sound of this word. They're both WH, but one makes a sound like horse and one makes a W sound like window. We have to be able to look at those words and know what they say just by memorizing it. You can't just look at that word and be able to know it. You have to memorize it in your brain to get it right, okay? So I'm going to show you really quick with a piece of paper how you can do this on your own at home and make these little cards and do this sort. All right, so you need a piece of paper and something to write with. That's all you need. Scissors are a good thing to have, but if you don't have scissors, I'm going to show you a trick that you can do where you don't need them. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write all of the words you need for your sort. So we have 6 of them. We've got who, what, when, where, why, and how. So I'm going to write who, what, when, where, why, and how. So I wrote them all on my piece of paper. And you're like, okay, fantastic, but how do I separate them into cards like you have on your screen right now? I'm going to show you. So you can either get a pair of scissors and just cut in between right here and then cut through each one of them to separate your cards. But sometimes we don't have scissors, or our parents won't let us use scissors because they're big kid scissors. So if maybe you just want to try this, so I have a trick to show you. So I want to separate the why, when, and who from my bottom row that has what, where, and how. So I'm going to put a little fold in between those 2 rows of words. And you see how they separated each other? Yeah, they're separated now. Then I'm going to use that same fold and fold forward. So I folded backwards. Now I'm folding forward. I'm going to press it down as much as I can. And then this is the funny part. And don't think I'm crazy. It works. You're going to wet your lips a little bit. And you're going to take the fold. So you have the fold, put it in your mouth, and slide. And as you're going, you're taking your tongue and doing one of those. Getting it wet. I know it seems gross, but it's your own spit, so it's okay. As long as you're not sharing these cards with anybody. So you get that fold a little wet, and then watch what happens. Straight line. It's like magic. Look, I separated the 2. So then to make this one a little strip, you would fold it down and do the same thing. Fold it down, then fold it forward. Wet your lips. Slide your tongue, your teeth, and your lips across to get a little wet. And then just like magic, tear it down. So now I've got 2 strips. Still haven't separated my words, so now I'm making the folds in between my letters. So you see how I have who and when right there? I'm going to fold in between the 2. I'm going to fold backwards, fold forwards, wet my lips, slide across there, getting a little wet, and I'm going to rip. I've got my who card done. Now I'm going to separate my why and when. I'm going to fold in between them, fold the other way, wet my lips, slide it in between, and rip my card. And now I have 2 of them. Woohoo! So now I have 3 of my cards ready to go, and I'll finish doing the rest of them. So if you want to pause your video right now and go do that on your own, you're more than welcome to. And we'll be back here when you come back and push play. If you don't, then you can just watch Miss Acton sort the rest of them. All right, then we have the Y. Oh, and to make your T box, you would just take another sheet of paper, take that marker or crayon or pencil that you used, and you make a T. And you put your W sound and your H sound on this side, and you would just take your when would go on your W side, so you could sit that right there. Then you have your who goes on your H sound side, so you put it on the H side, and you would just sort through those letters, putting them on the right side of your T box. So then you can do it on your own at home. All right, so let's finish the rest of these so we can get to our story. All right, so why? Which side of this box would it go? Window or horse? Window, are you right? Good job. All right, let's try how. Let's check it. How has the same horse beginning. Did you get it right? Good job. When. Sounds like window. Those are the W's. Where. Where. Sounds like Window goes with the W's. All done. All right, so that's our word work for today. So don't you remember this. So remember, if you want to follow along with Miss Acton and make your own cards, do it with a piece of paper and a pencil. You can use your wetted lips and your tongue to fold the paper and crease them and then rip them to make your little cards, and you can follow along with Miss Acton. But remember that finger writing, you don't need anything. All you need is your finger and something flat to place your finger on to pretend that you're writing. You don't even need that. You can just do it right there in the air. W-H-O, who. You're done. All right, so back to our PowerPoint. So now we're going to read, actually, the guy who made this video is going to read Don't Eat Your Classmates book to you. So I'm going to move myself down. And we're going to listen to this guy.
Welcome to King of the Classroom. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Today we will be reading We Don't Eat Our Classmates by Ryan T. Higgins. We don't eat our classmates. Hey kids, you will never be eaten by a T-Rex. They are extinct, I promise. Penelope T-Rex was nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school. What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches and 1 apple juice.
Ponies are delicious.
Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were... children!
Children! She is scared.
So she ate them, because children are delicious. Penelope Rex, said Miss Noodleman, we don't eat our classmates. Please spit them out at once. So she did.
Blech.
It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day.
Sorry.
She tried hard to make friends at recess. She finger painted some of her best work. She even saved Griffin Emery a seat at lunch. You can sit here.
I love her drawing down here. So funny.
Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends but her. It was lonely.
Poor Penelope. I feel bad for her.
When she got home, her dad asked her about her first day of school. I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me. Penelope Rex, her father asked. Did you eat your classmates? Well, maybe sort of just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat them. You see, Penelope, children are the same as us on the inside, just tastier. That gave Penelope a lot to think about.
She's got ponies on her bed too.
The next day, Penelope tried really hard, but poor Penelope, she could not stop herself from eating her classmates. Miss Noodleman, Penelope ate Willie and Amato again, and they were all afraid of her.
This little girl's face kills me right there.
Except Walter. Walter was a goldfish. So Penelope tried to make friends with him. Will you be my friend?
We all know what's about to happen.
Chomp! Eee! Cried Penelope. He's eating my finger! Wah!
Freaking out. So funny.
Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she lost her appetite for children.
She's got a little band-aid on her finger.
She stopped eating her classmates, even when Cece Woodman spilled barbecue all over herself. And soon, Penelope made friends. Found you. Want a brownie? I helped make them. Now, even when children looked especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you.
Walter. Whew.
And Walter the goldfish stares right back at her and licks his lips. Because dinosaurs are delicious. The end. There's a link down below if you'd like.
All right, so back to our slide. So hopefully you enjoyed the book again. I'm going to make me a little smaller because I have some pictures and some questions that are going to come up. All right, so we're going to answer some who, what, when, where, and why questions about our story. So who tells Penelope not to eat her classmates? So we've got a who question. And I have some pictures to help you. Right now, I want you to think about it in your brain, get an answer in there, and then we're going to check to see if you got it right. Who tells Penelope not to eat her classmates? Let's see if you're right. It was her teacher. We do not eat our classmates, spit them out at once. So you could answer that question by saying Penelope's teacher tells her not to eat classmates. You can use all those words that are up there in that question to write your answer. What did Penelope do when kids were going down the slide? So think about that illustration, which is another word for picture, of the kids going down the slide. And what was Penelope doing? Think about your answer. Were you right? Yeah, she was at the bottom with her mouth open, ready to gobble them up. Crazy Penelope. When did Penelope think after she talked with her dad? So she went somewhere to think after her dad told her about kids. When did she do that? You got your answer? Let's see if you're right. When she went to bed, right. When she was laying in her bed trying to sleep. She had a lot to think about. Where can you find Walter in this story? So where is Walter? Let's see if you're right. In his goldfish bowl. And if you said in the classroom, in Penelope's classroom, that would also work too because that's also his home. So you could say, you can find Walter in his fishbowl. Or you can find Walter in the classroom. So you can use a bunch of these words in here to help you spell the words to create or produce that answer. Why did Penelope really not want to eat her classmates? She really didn't want to eat her classmates. Why is that? Why did Penelope really not want to eat her classmates? Think of your answer. See if you're right. Because she wanted to make friends. She wanted friends. And if she didn't eat her classmates, they would feel safe around her and she would be their friend. So you could say, Penelope really wanted to make friends. And friends is in that picture that could help you. How would you feel if Penelope ate you? And this can be a different answer for everybody. How I would answer this question is I would feel disgusting because I'm touching her slobbery tongue, and every time she ate one of the students, they would come out covered in her slobber, and that's disgusting. So I would feel disgusting. But you might say something different. You might say, I would feel scared because when someone's eating you, they're really trying to kill you. Or I would feel happy because it might be the funniest thing ever that a dinosaur is trying to eat you. That might be something that's fun for you in a goofy sort of way. All right, so I believe those are all our questions for today. So you are going to go into your classwork in your Google Classroom, and you're going to, you should have finished this video and then start answering the questions about the do not eat your classmates story about Penelope in your classwork tab, and then also finish your reading and math for the day too. So thank you guys so much for enjoying this book with me one more day. I think it gets funnier every time that I read it. It's one of my favorites, and I loved reading it to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. All right. Bye, everybody.